So we have a B question here. It's from the Judaism part of Eduqas GCSE Route B, and it's a describe question because it's a B question. And for this one, we're looking for items used during worship in the home, during a Jewish worship. So we would always suggest for a describe question, for a 5-mark question, we're looking for 2 paragraphs, a firstly and a secondly. There are other ways you can do it. This is just one suggestion. And also in a 5-mark question, if we can get at least one source of wisdom or authority. If you've got more, use more. But we're going to have 5 minutes, see if there's an easy way to very quickly, succinctly, without too much writing, get the marks. So let's start with our first paragraph. And there are 4 items that we look at for worship in the home. We have the mezuzah, the siddur, the prayer book, and 2 prayers from that prayer book, the Shema and the Modeh Ani. So we can find a way to include all of those in this answer. Let's start. Firstly, one item, so make a point, one item used in Jewish home worship is the mezuzah. So there's my point. Let's add some evidence to this. This follows the command in the Torah. It's actually in Deuteronomy, but in the Torah is enough, which says, write them on the door frames of your houses. Let's explain what that means for Jews today. In the mezuzah, are the words of the Shema. And the mezuzah reminds Jews of God's presence every time they touch one, helping them to live with faith in everyday life. So we've got one paragraph so far. We've made a point. Firstly, one item used in Jewish home worship is the mezuzah. The evidence why they use a mezuzah in home worship, this follows the command in the Torah, which says, write them on the door frames of your houses. And then I need to explain what the them is. In the mezuzah are the words of the Shema, and the mezuzah reminds Jews of God's presence every time they touch one, helping them to live with faith in everyday life. That's one point. We would suggest trying to get 2 in a 5-mark question. So let's have a secondly. And I've left a line look to show whoever's marking my work that I do know some more stuff. Secondly, another item is the siddur, the Jewish prayer book. Let's have some evidence to support what I'm saying about the siddur. It contains prayers such as the Modeh Ani, which is the evidence of the thank God for you have graciously returned my soul. And what does that mean for Jews today? Let's explain what that means in real life. This helps Jews start the day with gratitude and keeps their connection with God. 5 marks, 5 minutes. Point, evidence, explain. Point, evidence, explain. Our first point, one of the items is a mezuzah. Our second point is another item is the Siddur, the prayer book. In terms of evidence, we know that the Torah says that you should, for mezuzahs, write them on the door frames of your houses. And for the Siddur, we know one of the prayers in it is the Modeh Ani. Finally, for the mezuzah, we know the words in it are the Shema, and every time you touch it, it helps you live in faith. And for the Modeh Ani in the Siddur, it's a prayer that helps you start your day with gratitude and connection with God. That's just one way you can do a 5-mark question. If this is helpful to you, check out a few more of our videos.